I thought I would read some Peter Brown, Michael.
That'd be
Oh,
great. Yeah.
mhm.
Leave the realm of the describable. It doesn't exist. You define your problems into existence, as well as their hoped for solutions, thus creating an apparent, difficult, limited reality where none exists whatsoever. This actual present condition is absolutely inconceivable. Any way you hold it to be, with your descriptions and ideas, does not actually exist and cannot actually limit or entrap you. Your imagined unrealization, confusion, spiritual obscuration, as well as the imagined enlightenment that you hope for as a solution, does not exist. They are defined into apparent existence by your imagination. This actual condition can be clearly known as it is, but not if it is held to be this or that in imagination. Let go of all descriptions, and then what is this? You cannot say. But it is not nothing, and it is wonderful beyond imagination. Absolute receptivity and radiance is already the condition. There is just this shining presence. Experience is. All is spontaneously arising. The mind is a spontaneous upwelling. It is just a medium or an interface. Thoughts generate emotions and importance. There is no need for urgency. It doesn't matter. This is the solution. The mother lode. Feel it. Beingness. This is, and it can show up any way, shape, or form. This is the paramount practice. See the beingness. It's all this, and know that. Is equals beingness. Here equals radiance. What this is, what you are, is entirely independent from what it looks like, from what seems to be happening. Improving apparent circumstances won't improve what's actually going on, what you actually are. And perhaps the more welcome news is that if circumstances seem difficult or unpleasant, what is actually happening, what you are, is not diminished or in any way impacted. For example, if you're watching a movie, watching a beautiful, happy movie, or watching a depressing or frightening movie, this in no way changes the fundamental event of you watching a movie, which is in fact all that's actually happening in this case. Spiritual achievement is realizing what the actual condition of this being is in itself, irrespective of what it may appear to be or be thought to be. This realization allows the yogi to enjoy the intrinsic nature of actuality, its absolute independence, eternality, omnipotence, completeness, and meaningfulness, etc., and to be freed from the more difficult, limited implications of what it may be appearing as or thought to be. The end.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
That is gorgeous.
Oh no.
Where was that from? What book?
I'm gonna put an article that Jordan Bates wrote. He wrote this, so he took these excerpts. I'll
Oh,
put
wow.
I'll put
From
the
a
article,
video. That's amazing.
put it in the chat.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's your voice, Leila, but it's the same as the last time I was on. As soon as you started speaking, there's just energy shifting and moving around in my system here. And I could really feel how profound his words are there. That's
Mhm.
real, kind of real somatic pointing for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's
you can.
beautiful.
Yeah. It's very tantric.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any of like any omens or signs manifesting with the energy? Because as I'm like resting in like that non-dual place that's being pointed out, and then it's like there's nothing that you need. It's already fulfilled. It's like this light shines through, reality, and it's like omens, synchronicities are, intertwined with everything. It's really beautiful. So thank
Hmm.
you.
Yeah. And you are the light, illuminating, animating all of this. Look how amazing this is. It's all made of you. It's all yourself, self-aware. And it's amazing what happens when you truly make love to this experience right now. Right now. Just purely melting into yourself. It's incredible. And making love to every experience, saying yes to everything. There's no separation. It's all yourself as God, tasting yourself. It's amazing. You're always home. And what's so funny is the more I bask and the more dissolved, I don't even need to leave this house. Like I haven't even left my room hardly in a week, just basking. Like there's nothing that needs to be done for real. It's amazing.
I had some things. First, it's like such an enjoyment of the man that spoke between Leela and Ginny about it shining through, and then I look and it's like the call name is Luminosity.
Yeah,
So great.
I
I
know.
I wrote down a couple things that you shared, Leela. It's just like the all this and know that
Mm-hmm.
is equals beingness. Here equals radiance. And lastly, the one that keeps wanting to seduce us. Improving empiric conditions won't improve your life.
Yes.
Yes, isn't that the best news?
That's total freedom. You don't need to change anything. In fact, trying to change something is where you appear to hide.
We
Um,
think we want something better, but we want this to be okay as it is,
hmm.
so to say.
Yeah.
I got something else. It's like, and with that, it's like just the Jenny not leaving her room much this week. It's like just soaking in
Mhm.
as this. But then I got a question for you, Jenny, with that, because it's like I love this sense of making love to ourselves or making love to whatever arises. But it's something didn't doesn't completely go with that. It almost feels more intimate with that. Like the making love, it's almost like it is itself expressing that
Mhm.
I'm not sure how to do it, but there's something
Mhm.
that
Exactly.
didn't
It is,
completely
yeah.
mesh with how it was said.
Mm-hmm. The self making love to itself, yeah. And that's all there is. It can be so obvious that all there is pure immortal consciousness, infinite, making love to itself, and that's it. That's all there is.
It's interesting because as you're going into the descriptions of resting like deeper into it, I can like feel like what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's almost like there's this divine music or this incandescent hum like playing behind you, like subtly, as you
Mm-hmm.
go into like those energies, and it's really, really beautiful. I think that like the whole tantric aspect is like the insane ecstasy
Mm-hmm.
of that bliss, but how it's like whenever that energy comes through reality, like to me it's like, I mean, it's just too obvious. It's like that ecstasy of source, you know what I mean? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that that like comes through, like the interface, because it's all being projected within. The kingdom of heaven is within.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's connecting to the projection outside. I mean, I know it's all that infinite
Yeah,
love. It's that
that's the
blissful
tantric part
bliss.
of it. Yeah, is
Yeah.
you as awareness seeing yourself in all experience, not two. So you're tasting yourself right now through the sound of this voice, which try to separate your awareness from the sound of this voice. It is awareness. You're everything. You're literally immutable. And just like Leela was reading, it's not what it appears to be, because it might look like objects or things, but it's all yourself as infinite awareness. So it's not an object, it's not a thing,
How
nothing.
much of a movie do you guys think that it is versus free will? You know what I mean? I'm just kind of curious on like a game aspect versus, like this whole entire movie plot. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like whenever the veils came back on, it was so obviously just all me. You know what I mean? That I can totally see how it could all just be like me just falling back asleep and enjoying like a scripted sort of thing. You see what I'm saying? Or any ideas?
Sid, what were you gonna say?
Unmute,
Oh,
Sid.
you're muted, Sid. Go ahead, Sid. You're muted.
I just, it gets like the either or that so many people do with this, like as it opens in us, right? It's like, wow, there's no doer, there's no agency, there's just this, there's just the scripted, but to me, it's like the whole continuum of this. Like when we go to that place where there is no doership, there's no choice, then of course there's no one doing it. But then when we find the expressions, when we find even a sense of localizing, we refine that in a sense of a choice and even a sense of that, then we can also find complete free will, or there's a sense of a chooser. And I love the spectrum of the both. I guess that's my thing. I love the
Mm-hmm.
both.
I love that. Yeah,
Of course,
beautiful.
because that's what
Tasting
we
all of
do.
it. Tasting yourself as a subject object, tasting yourself as dissolving into yourself as pure subjectivity, tasting all of it. I mean, how else could you experience? You would have, as infinite consciousness, unmanifest, no limits, you would have to modulate yourself as the perspective of subject object to experience anything. But you're all of it, you're.
Have you guys ever heard of non-dual visions? It's kind of like when you rest in that non-dual plane, like here, but you go further back within yourself. And then it's like you awaken on like a non-dual plane. It's a Dzogchen kind of thing. And then whenever you awaken on like that level of being, you have visions, etc. I was just curious if you guys have ever even heard of that.
I think
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
the closest thing for me is as far as visuals is when I stare at a tree or if I stare at an object long enough, I literally, I don't know if it's considered visions, but it does look three-dimensional to me. It's pretty beautiful. If I
Mm-hmm.
stare and stare and stare, it no longer becomes a label of the object that I'm looking at. It's almost like, but this is just my experience. I don't know anybody who's ever experienced this, but I can look at a tree for a long period, not a long period, but just stare at it and stare at it. And it literally looks like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and fatter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
you told me that. That's cool.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm going into it. I
Mm-hmm.
way to describe it, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about, luminosity.
I don't know, but I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're infinite. This is your infinite mind, so you can experience anything. You can,
Mm,
yeah.
There are principles within the Hermetic system where they
mm,
actually teach how you will go through those layers to the
Mm-hmm.
non-dual layer. And then within the non-dual realm, you will recognize those core principles of the character that are then to be expressed. So you can have some sense of conscious awareness that um, the intelligence that is speaking, hearing, and doing everything actually gives direction for the character for this life path. You know, it's the
Mm-hmm.
Kabbalah, it's that very deep hermetic structure. But it's,
mm.
if you
Mm-hmm.
study the stuff, just to answer the question, it is very specific where you will move through releasing time, releasing space, releasing personal
Yeah.
identity, and eventually move into this non-dual plane and take um, it would be integrated, embodied direction from source to then
Mm-hmm.
live that out. And I think there is something to that. I think,
Mm-hmm.
we can all experience that. Even when we're speaking, we recognize immediately that that's deeply inherent and that needs to be said in the moment. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've
very interesting.
experimented with that for a long time. When you're completely doubtless, I mean, you're completely with conviction, no doubt, you instantly manifest. It's
Yeah.
like the analogy of Bewitched, that show Bewitched, where you wink and snap. And I love doing that. It's fun. It's fun to mess around with that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's both. It's all
I
of it.
have I have some crazy energy control sometimes, and like I was able to, because I would feel like the energy on my right side expand, and like the walls would pop on that side, and so I could do it with my left, my right, and so I was able to grab the energy. It was like a week or two ago, and I was able to grab it and like throw it at the wall, and it would be like boom, like, and the wall would literally pop there. Like if I had like a recording, like, and I was
Mhm.
just going like doom 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 doom,
Like
like.
a chi ball or something, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah, except they
yeah,
were like actual pops and stuff. And
that's cool.
yeah, I mean, you can do anything.
Yeah, you're a Marvel character if you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know. It's just so fascinating because I mean, it's like I don't know. It's like the level of love and depth and satisfaction, like, and the level of contentment of that really is the basis of all desire already ever. And so it's just kind of like cutting through all of the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And like hitting the nail on the head and basically kind of just trying to, like all of the ignorance just dissolves. You know what I mean? And it's like basically just trying to recognize that level of bliss is already effortlessly what everything already is. As in, there's nothing greater. Like one of the things that I was thinking of today was that everything is secretly made a paradise, except it's not really a secret.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And so I
It
think,
is, yeah. Just like
except
the Gnostic gospel says the senses are
it's like
heaven.
light was burning
Hmm.
through everything because it is that. And so,
Hmm.
yeah, what were we saying?
That's what I was going to say, that the highest bliss is all encompassing of all the states. Mhm.
Hmm.
Mm.
So it can look like anything. And it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It pretends to be what it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. Yeah. Things aren't what they seem.
Mm.
I
Dancing in the
remember
sun.
I remember thinking that my mum watching TV all day long was just the most um, obvious example of bliss. It was just, it's just look where is the judgment that says it isn't? It's everything. There is
Yeah,
everything doing everything. It's
exactly.
infinity being
Exactly.
infinity for itself, and it appears as a
Yeah.
mother watching TV
So
all day.
it's so perfect that it's purposeful.
Yeah.
Like it's way too divine to even put into words.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is a blessing. Everything is exactly what you want as God experiencing.
Mm.
I love how we forget how good it is to remember how good it's all been.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, the concealment and then the revelation just for fun. Woohoo! Because what would freedom be? What would freedom feel like if there wasn't a reference point of what it didn't feel like?
Mm.
That's when you're like, whoa, that's cool.
It's actually duality that's the miracle.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. You're
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, it's like meta awareness is limiting itself to awareness only.
So what about
That's
that?
great.
Was that you, Leela? That it's duality, that's the miracle?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Will you
Yeah,
sing more about that?
because it doesn't it doesn't exist, but
Yeah,
it seems to exist.
that is the
So
miracle. You're
it's
right.
magic.
It is magic.
And if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't know anything. It would be nothing, like
Yeah.
an empty void.
I mean, look at this screen. This is one immortal being here right now. One immortal being. Look at this. That is wild.
Is a try imagining experience that doesn't have reactivity in it. Imagine that. There's no
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
Even the words that are coming out of this mouth is all duality. I could hear duality coming,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
just,
not funny. Yeah.
but it's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how the language is. It's like there's no, and it's amazing how when in silence, when there's no thought, how obvious you've never experienced duality ever.
Yeah.
And then when you dissect what is thought made of, where is it appearing? It's awareness. Awareness playing with itself.
Let me ask you guys a question because this usually comes up as a subtext whenever I'm in the group, and I'm curious. There's a non-dual teacher named Locke Kelly, and he'll say he does not like Rupert Spira because Rupert Spira leads people back to it's just I've spent a lot of time with Rupert that it's just the screen, it's just this, and Locke says that he has to actually bring a lot of people back from that of just what I guess what Leela was saying, if there's not duality, there's just this and just getting lost in that. Do you guys find an edge in that in your own journey of, okay, I am wanting to get to play in duality or play back in form or play with some identification and not just fall further into the screen? Does that become real or is that just kind of part of how it plays through you that it includes it all?
I would say that that's the mind trying to create more problems to solve to keep from seeing that you're already enlightened. So, what is all of that without a thought? Just the absolute, just pure awareness. So that's just more ideas for the mind to work out. And it'll just keep working shit out. It'll keep saying, well, that's bypassing and that's this and that. And I still need to do 10 more years of shadow work. That is a fucking scam. It's a total scam. So it'll keep bashing. So you're dreaming these characters. So you're dreaming yourself as Rupert Spira on the screen, just like the dream at night. When you're dreaming at night, and you're dreaming characters talking and you wake up from the dream, you realize that was all my mind. All of those characters were made of my mind. And everything those characters said, I was transmitting through them, talking to myself.
But let me ask you this, Jenny, and I don't mean to be
Mm-hmm.
adversarial. This is really where it ends up coming up a lot here. The dream, right? We wake up from the
Mm-hmm.
dream at night, and then that analogy, the dream during the day. But in a way, like we want to believe part of the dream because like getting to come here and meet friends and be with you guys, and it's also like there's a carefulness here in not losing the duality, especially when it comes
I
to
see what you're
relationships.
saying. Yeah.
It's that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's one thing I love about the flavor of the qualities that Sid talks about is that wanting to keep the duality, not wanting to lose it somehow, but you don't. You realize you are all of it, and so then, but the only thing you're missing is suffering. So you're still having fun with friends, and I would say I have even more fun with friends, knowing that it's myself, knowing that there's no separation and it's more blissful. There's no relationship, there's no duality, there's just pure one infinite mind talking to itself, making love. So it's even more beautiful to me. I don't think you lose. No one's ever regretted realizing their self, their true nature. No one's ever regretted it.
What are you doing?
You do forget it intentionally, though.
Yeah. You're constantly creating the five acts of creating, um, keep focusing, keeping it there, then dissolving, reabsorption, and then concealment, and then revelation. You're doing it all day as God. How else could you experience? You want to dream this. You want to be able to taste this. So you have to modulate yourself as the activity of thinking and perceiving, and have at least a little bit of a subject object appearance happening. Otherwise, how could you see a tree? How could you experience anything? You'd have to modulate,
Yeah, role playing can still happen here. Role
Mhm.
sister, girlfriend.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like a little kid when you're playing with your
So,
imagination.
it goes back, it goes in and out. Role playing in and out can happen here, but it's still seen as it. I'm not I'm not seeing myself as a flight attendant. I'm not seeing myself as a sister. I can still play the role, but that doesn't mean I'm identified with the role.
Yeah.
It's like being in the world but not of it, and have
Hmm.
fun. Well, not always having fun, but there can still be a seeing that I'm not the role that is appearing in that moment. But
Hmm.
that's play it.
I'm with you 100% there, Indira. I went through years and years and years of spiritual bypassing and trying to be a spiritual being and trying to be. So I went so far away from who the character is and what the character is meant to be doing, that the enjoyment now is in being the character fully.
Hmm.
And as Ginny says, there is, well, you both said there's no suffering involved with that. Yeah, the body has aches and pains and things happen to it, but there's no suffering. It's just pure
Hmm.
enjoyment of being the character and the
Yeah.
freedom and confidence in the knowledge of knowing that I'm playing with myself here. I'm having this wonderful conversation with myself. And just as the dream is no different to this, I know in the dream that I give people power to play autonomous roles and to appear to me as if they're distinct and they're, challenging and they want to have these roles and believe in them. It's just like it's fantastic. The
Yeah.
ordinariness of being me, being the Paul, or whatever. It's just that I'm not. I mean, yes, there are periods of bliss, and yes, there are periods where in itself, life doesn't need anybody else. That's obvious, but life is doing that anyway. The character is here to have something more than that, um, but doesn't preclude that at any stage, at any time. It's just, hey, look, this is what's happening.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just there you go. You're an old age, or you're a certain age guy doing certain things, and that's just as amazing as everything else. And it's everything appearing as this right now, and
Hmm.
it's brilliant.
Exactly. It is brilliant.
It's so full. I
Yeah.
just feel like this overwhelming like love. It's like just it's so nice. It's so nice.
Yeah. And it's the immediacy of being right now, 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 now. This right now, tasting this, fully being present with this right now, pure experiencing, pure lovemaking to this experience right now. It's so obvious there is no separation, there's just pure being. And even if there's pain, it can feel good when you're not resisting it, when you're saying yes, when you're knowing that you are the pure awareness and everything is you, even the sensation of pain. You're modulating yourself as that sensation. There's nothing separate, nothing to change or fix or heal or be avoided.
We don't become empty. We already are empty.
Mhm.
And we've been living life just fine so far.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop until it does. And the emptiness is completely full and alive.
Mm-hmm. Free, like a clean slate where you're just completely unstained. Like literally those words didn't happen.
I know. Thing.
You play with the knob. Like when you go out in the world, do you play with the knob of like emptiness and form, or the timelessness and time, or this being just this spaciousness, then it brings it back into form, and you're feeling more and more engaged and more sense of agency. Is that part of the game for you guys?
Yeah, all of it. All of it. It's
Yeah.
just it's tasting, tasting, tasting. Kind of like sampling, 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 but not clinging, not grasping, not attaching, because you're independent, you're singular, you're untouched, untainted, pure consciousness, tasting.
It's like playing with patterns, and
Yeah,
ignoring the content. It's like the content's there, you know it's there, but it doesn't define the pattern. It's always the other way around. The pattern
yeah,
always defines the content, and it's beautiful to be both and experience both.
Yeah.
yeah. It is patterns. It's beautiful. The next scene in the movie is projected by probability distributions and subconscious assumptions. That's how the next scene in the movie appears. I mean, the whole thing is magic, and you're the author of all of it, and
We
you
would,
want
I would,
all of this, yeah. And whatever's
I would,
appearing to happen is purposeful, and
mm.
it's so beautiful that everything you placed in the dream is a clue to yourself to wake up to show you. It's all a symbol. So even like the waves in the ocean. Um, Surfing the wave, surfing and staying on your fucking board and just like the Wu Wei, non-resistance. When you're not resistant, you will stay on the board. You'll be surfing perfectly, you know? But right when you resist. So yeah, just neutralizing non-resistance, just pure tasting, pure seeing it as yourself is just amazing. Then there's no resisting it. There's just pure allowance.
I had this conversation with my friend today over coffee. Similar kind of what you just said then, Ginny, and we were laughing over this paradox of the dog wagging the tail and the tail wagging the dog, and it's like, look, you're here because the dog's already wagged its tail, and now this is the tail wagging the dog, and it's like there's just that paradox. It's like there's nothing comes first, and yet, you
Mhm.
know, yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah,
Everything arises together. Bam. There it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then it's done. It's done, and it's done again, and then it's again, and it's done again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think the knob plays with itself, Sid.
Yeah. What a kinky knob. Yeah.
The aliveness is just so raw sitting here with this cup of tea, feeling the warmth of it. I'm putting words to it, but it's just the warmth, the warmth of the tea, or just the warm sensation, and then the sounds of the cars going by, and it's just all alive. Everything's alive. The colors and even this computer here, everything all together. It's combined in one. But it's really, and I love the analogy of being done, just done, and it just doesn't exist anymore. You know, like I was sharing Wednesday night, there's just no more legs. The legs have been swiped underneath underneath the attachment to the concepts or thoughts of what this is, when there's nothing to describe it. Absolutely nothing. But we do our best, right, as humans, to do that.
Beautiful.
That desire to explain or to answer questions is the rug has been pulled. It's like there's nothing to say. You know, yet it does. It speaks.
It seems like when the fruit is ripe, it's it appears to be ready to consume. Just it's almost like life is giving me everything I need when I even when I you can say give up or surrender or that kind, but when you stop dwelling on stuff, you know, it just everything is just given to us that we need.
Mm-hmm.
And, and it's just that's what is a miracle. It's just not just a miracle. It's strange. It's like a synchronicity of.
Mm.
I was looking to do something to dissolve this corporation, and for years and years and years, and I wanted to. I put it off because of all the paperwork you have to do and all the things they wanted to do. And I talked to my tax man, and he said, "Well, just call Nevada Secretary of State." And there was a form I filled out, and that was it.
Isn't that great? I love
Paid
that.
$50 and the form filled out, and it's over.
Yeah.
It was all in your head, Manny.
Isn't that
Yeah,
great? It's never what you think, and it's so much
that's what I'm
easier.
saying. Life is that way. It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. God has a great sense of humor.
I know.
And and the small self is usually the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, cute. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always taking care of itself and just doing itself effortlessly. It's so funny because um, right when I recognized this and there was no effort because it was obvious there's no doer, everything was just falling into place effortlessly. But I could see that it already was doing that. It
Mhm.
was doing that the whole time, but I was breaking a fucking sweat, making an effort, thinking I was this little doer. And it was like I could have been kicked back in my recliner, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think I saw that most profoundly in my relationships, where I had realized that what was happening was for years, there was the sense of really losing my who I was to my partner. It was like I'd lost the sense of who I was so that I could fulfill their dream and be the person they wanted me to be.
Mhm.
And I first saw that drop away. Then I saw, oh wow, I was living out their thoughts. I was literally becoming who it is they thought they wanted me to be, and I
Uh-huh.
became that. And then I
Wow.
realized there was no me there anyway, so there was no one ever lost. And it was all just this. It was like, what the fuck? How
That's
did that
great.
happen?
Wonk,
Oh
wonk,
my,
wonk.
Yeah, I played all the roles, and
that's
was
hilarious.
giving this up to. Oh my God, it was,
It's
yeah.
so playful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to see it didn't really happen.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild.
And you can't explain these things to people. You can't say to somebody, what I've just shared there, and they and then be expected to treat it as if you're sane or anything that shouldn't be in a straitjacket. It's like they look at you and whoa, whoa, taxi for one, and it's him.
When this is really the same.
Yeah,
Because the illusion of duality is schizophrenia. It's
yeah,
one infinite mind talking to itself but thinking that it's separate entities.
yeah.
I've heard it compared to multiple personality disorder
Yeah.
or dissociative identity
Oh,
disorder.
that's what I was meaning. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah,
I had
you're
that
like,
kind of,
yeah.
So we're
I had
just
that feeling.
alters of the same
Yeah.
person.
Hmm.
Years ago, and I wrote about it in my book where I said, this wonderful joke is that God has multiple personality disorder. There are 8 billion personalities, and virtually every single one of them isn't aware that that's what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just, it really felt like that one day. It was just like, oh my God, of course.
It is that way.
It is
Yeah,
like right now, you're sitting in a room by yourself, talking
yeah,
to yourself. You're having all
yeah,
these little conversations in your
Yeah.
yeah,
in your mind.
yeah.
The one big brain.
It kind
Yeah.
of tracked back. I think what happened was I was just sat, and it tracked back to this moment of one identity, of singleness, just single consciousness and nothing to express itself. And then
Mhm.
it duplicated itself into two and just went, wow, look what I can do. And then from
Yeah.
there, it was dominoes, and
Uh-huh.
That's
we're now
it.
eight
Yeah.
billion. But it just tracked to that moment of there was nothing. It was just, complete silence and stillness. And then
Hmm.
boom, there's two. And it
Yeah,
went
that's it.
from
And you
there. And
do it every day in deep sleep.
yeah,
You're back to your freaking empty potential completely.
Yeah.
And actually in between two thoughts and in between, so you're
yeah,
constantly creating and destroying. Big
yeah,
bang every moment,
yeah,
creating a new
Mhm.
universe every moment. And
yeah.
when you're not paying attention to something, you reabsorb your empty potential in a superposition. You can be anything. And then you a modulate is the activity of thinking, and then boom, create a new universe. But it can go unseen. You fill in the gaps with the imagination where you're like deep sleep, and then you assume that it's continuous. But you can fall into the gaps of yourself in between these moments. These are the opportunities that in between your creations is your opportunity to see yourself as naked consciousness, pure awareness all
So,
day.
so but what about the dance in that? I think I shared this in the last meeting. I've just been kind of enamored with that Nisargadatta quote. In wisdom, I am nothing. In love, I am everything. My life moves between those two.
Mm-hmm.
And just to add, in the love side of it, one of my heroes in this is Thich Nhat Hanh, and he has a poem that says, "Call me by my true names," where it's just a love beyond love and intimacy beyond intimacy with all form and all names that he expresses. So it's kind of like that, the oneness, the nothingness, but it's such love and seeing it reflected in all of our expressions and that. And so I guess I'm wondering about that continuum, how that plays, the nothingness and the empty, the wisdom and the love in you guys, or if that's just, I don't know. That just
Yeah.
comes up
Yeah,
as
it's
I
the ebb
hear
and flow. It's the oceans, the patterns, the waves, the drinking itself, just creating and then being reabsorbed, like receding back into itself, constantly doing that all day, which is like the analogy of childbirth, like the contraction and the expansion. You have to contract to experience. And so you're just doing that all day and tasting yourself, tasting yourself. And then you give all these clues to yourself, like the falling asleep at night and then the dreaming. So then it's showing you yourself, that your consciousness pretending to fall asleep to yourself, forgetting yourself temporarily and dreaming, localizing yourself in your own mind, your own imagination, and then waking up to yourself. So all of you plant all the clues throughout the whole day, the heartbeat, the lungs, even though there's no heart, there's no real organ, there's no inside of the body, and there is no body, there is no physical form. But you give all those yourself all those symbols to point to that. The pulse, it's Shakti, it's the spanda, which is how we create and experience ourselves appearing manifest in the imagination.
I think Ramana Maharshi said that the path of knowledge leading to wisdom, and the wise see that the path of love what is it? The path of wisdom leads to the love of knowledge, and the path of love leads to wisdom. That the two collapsing on themselves. So in the end, the wise man sees that it's all love, and the Bhakta yogi sees that all love and love is the wisest thing.
Mhm.
And it's that waveform collapse and start the breath, the cosmic movement. Yeah.
Beautiful.
But I would say that Nisargadatta quote about in between is life, in between emptiness and form, or however it went. I would just add already to that.
Yay, Michael.
Already.
Michael's word.
That's all it needed.
Yay.
And a thought or a state about emptiness, or a thought or a state about selfing, is not this. Like, it's just an appearance in this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't matter what we think about it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And I mean, there can be the experience as well of being in that, in the space between. And then for me, over many years, it was that I would touch that space. So I'd be in that space, then there'd be a recognition through mind of being in that space. And then it was like being projected, like being on a trampoline. It's like you suddenly realize that you're on the trampoline, all your weight is there, and then you don't exist. And then suddenly you exist, know that you're on the trampoline, and you're shot back into the mind and into virtual reality. But when you come back, you've come back with something. You've just tasted
Yeah.
the infinite. and you come back with an epiphany or a download or something. It's like,
That's so cool.
wow. And then
Yeah.
you're back into the
Exactly.
fullness of duality. And it's, it's no less disturbing or brilliant than anything else, but it's just when it happens, it's like, wow, what is
Totally.
that?
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's it. Yeah. You're constantly revealing yourself to yourself. You're constantly recognizing yourself through tasting all of this of what you're not. You're
Yeah.
just, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the downloads can be just for here, it's like constant. It's like I'm driving in the car and I have to pull over and write something down because it's just like, holy shit, this is amazing. And you can see how everything works, And when
Yeah.
you're basking in your silence, you just.
When I was talking to Leela and Michael this week, there there was a huge notice. Well, it was like I was in full conversation with them, and yet the body was sewing, mending something, and then cleaning, and then cooking, and in full engagement with them, and noticing, oh my God, did I just? The mind will come up and say, did I just sew my pants? Or
Yeah.
or did we just go down the stairs and get the keys from, the
That
mind
is cool.
come up. So it's kind of cool to see how the intelligence of the body just does itself without no one here. It's just see
Mm-hmm.
that it's doing, and then the mind will come up and say, did we just do that? And the body just did.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Just
there's
like when you're driving and
Driving, yeah.
yeah, and you're like, how did
Yeah.
I get here? I don't even remember driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sid, I would say anything can arise, but it's just not identified with. So it's kind of like a subtle freedom for everything to arise as it always has been, but you see that it's just says nothing about you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a little sprinkle of emptiness in there in the recipe. Nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, there's no story to hang on to what is being done in the moment either. Even also with role playing and all of that, it's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that there's role playing, and then there's just no more legs to hold on to of what was done.
Yeah, and when there's no more resistance to losing yourself and thinking you're the character in the movie again and not getting all, freaked out by it, then it dissolves into itself. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm everything. Nothing to resist.
It's like the moment is fully charged with life and then fully discharged so that it can do it the same again and then
Yeah.
fully discharge. And then and it's the continuity is just the joke in some ways. It's like without the continuity, it would just be, empty bliss. We need the
Yeah.
continuity to give it some sense of form and some sense of direction.
Yeah. And what's so cool is the only thing continuous is awareness, which is the substance, which is the all there is. And so that's why we fill in the gaps and assume that these things that if you really watch them throughout the day, they're appearing and disappearing, like these words are appearing and disappearing, and the feeling and the sensation and the images and everything, the seeing activity, everything's appearing and disappearing, but you are always unchanging, always continuous. But yeah, otherwise, if you, yeah, I mean, it makes it look like a movie. It's just a single frame, instant, like a birth and a death right now, over and done, But then how brilliant your intelligence being that, like a main computer with computer memory data files, you can reference point the previous data file or frame of reference so that you can make sense of it and make it a story, which is what we want. We like storytelling.
Yeah. I like calling it the substance.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I heard someone describe life as, or the patterns, the unconscious patterns as being created by ghosts. So that
Oh,
when we,
cool.
yeah, when we respond to it, react to a situation unconsciously, it's actually a ghost that's reacting because they're no longer here. And yet they were the ones that programmed the environment through which we learned that behavior, So it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Cool.
wow,
I
what
like
a
that.
lovely way of seeing it.
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
So that led me to the ghost in the machine, and then coming on to the artificiality of the mind and the experience. It was just like, oh wow, this is so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I've said that before too, the ghost in the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no denying that there's no personality, there's no one here, and there's nothing happening.
You're
You know,
right.
there's
Mm-hmm.
no denying that at all, but that does not in any way capture what appears to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the mind can get stuck on that sense of, oh, there's no one here, nothing's happening, there's no reality, it's all dream. And it's like, yeah, but that's just,
I thought,
that's kind of the joke. That's the way of
Yeah.
saying, yeah, there you go, guys. There's nothing happening, but guess what? Go pretend there is.
Yeah, well said.
it won't be pinned down, will it?
Trying to pin it down is what pisses you off.
Mhm.
Mm,
And that is definitely free to arise.
yeah. Yeah, what does that taste like?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Laura.
I'm not good at the computer and I've lost a lot of things, but for some reason this is still there and it says mute. So, Paul mentioned a book that he wrote. I identified with the analogies he gave on the awakening to you're not there anyway. And then he mentioned there was a book he wrote or something. Did I catch that properly?
Yeah, I've written a couple of things, but yeah, my book is pre-awakening, so to speak. So I was writing it through a phase in my life where I was having these huge epiphanies and changes of personality and shifts. And so there are it's clearly written as if I knew that I was awake. It's really quite funny to look back on. But yeah, it's called Hypnotized to Death.
Oh, cool. I like that name.
Yeah. So
Well,
no,
what I
there are when I remember reading and kind of editing it and going, who the hell wrote this? Like
Yeah.
waves of it have absolutely no recognition of whatsoever. And then other stuff, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that, but I literally don't remember a lot of what I wrote at all. And it's so unfamiliar to me. But
It's amazing.
Yeah.
yeah.
what I noticed is I was able to recognize the process I went through in the pre-awakening, and I found myself laughing today. Like, oh my God, I did that, and no, I didn't. I wasn't even there to do it. And I'm just laughing, and my insides is like, there's a little spinning going around in my head
Mhm.
because an emotion and feeling is attached to all of this still. So that's why I think why I asked about your book, because I find that trampoline. I find
Yeah.
that the suction in, then oh, it
Mhm.
feels good to be nothing.
Mhm.
Then down again, you know. I'm going through humongous changes in the physical realm of existence, and healing myself from cancer is happening with the help of the doctor. And the process of just seeing non-duality itself as a joke.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
I
beautiful.
got a lot from what everyone said, but I can't use the same words or terminology to explain this to someone else. But I am identifying some of the processes that I went through, take the I away, and that went through to reach who or what really is.
Mhm.
So the level of, for lack of knowing what to say, of that consciousness is everything. I am everything, good, bad, everything. Jenny mentioned that. That's where I'm fighting my own self, because that's when that trampoline pulls me down. Because I think, I don't know, judgment still comes in based on emotion.
Mhm.
Well, that's my words. I don't have the. I watch you guys enough times, I'll get the words.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
for
beautiful.
hearing.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura. Call me anytime, Laura. I had my number is in my if I want to chat with you sometime on the phone if you
I
want.
tried to, Jenny, but
Oh, really?
finances kind of hit me
Oh, no,
really hard.
no.
So I wasn't able
No.
to get on yours because I could give a
Oh.
little bit. I can't give what you did because I'm actually homeless right now.
Oh, I
But
know.
actually,
Don't
I'm
I
not homeless
Oh, I know.
because my home is in my awareness. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how I can deal with this. The
That's
few people
beautiful.
ask me, "How are you doing this?" I'm home wherever I'm at because I'm home here right now. And
I
no one
know.
understands
You
that.
never left home. And I mentioned last time, don't worry about money, just call me. And if you want to write down my number right now, I'll give it to you. Or do you want me to
I
email
can
or
write it down
Okay, yeah.
because I might lose it on the email because I'm not so good at
Okay, let's do it.
email.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, 719
Mm-hmm.
985 zero
Mm-hmm.
four three eight.
Okay.
Oh, girl, you're
Thank you
gonna get a
guys.
lot of
I
calls.
know, that's my hotline.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just
Ooh.
kidding. I'm
Well,
kidding.
You
That's
can
why I'm
cut that out, or you can
oh
cut.
my.
No, I don't
Sorry.
care. No, I put it on my YouTube channel.
mhm.
Anyone can call any time of the day. Sometimes I'll pick up and sometimes I'll text you. I'll call you back later, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Laura, Just This is a great book by Michael and Nicosi. If you
Just
want
this is.
to, yeah, Just This. It's a Kindle book, but
Oh,
read it and then put it down and live life a little bit and read it again and again,
Yay.
and stuff will start materializing within your life. Just
Yeah.
this happens,
well,
but it's a
it
great.
is actually, but not the way I put the thought. This is make the thought, but then it's happening totally different. So I
I,
have to just ride that wave right now because if I try to solidify it, then I end up back in the emotion. So
So,
mm,
what, Laura, thank you for that. And it brings me back to myself. And whenever there is pain in my body, I'm not having cancer, but there's times when there's pain in the body, the mind will come up and start complaining. And when I can just sense into the pain, just go into it, but just allow the thoughts to just happen, it becomes, it's not as detrimental as the thoughts make it out to be. Like, pain in the back. I'll just sit and go right into the sensation. And then there'll be thoughts like, this shouldn't be happening. Maybe this is a tumor. I mean,
mhm,
it'll just say everything. And
mhm,
for me, it's just allowing those, because that's what's really happening.
Mhm.
Whenever I don't know if it's
Mhm.
happening for you, Laura, but you can go into the sensations of wherever the pain is in the body and stay with it and notice how thoughts will come up and start labeling bad or good. And just,
Yeah.
it's like letting them just talk and just staying with the sensation, even though
That's it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mine is like, this isn't real anyway. So I understand what you're saying about observing, okay, this is the pain. This is, but then it isn't because it doesn't exist anyway. It's an illusion. So I'm in the confusion of all of this because when I come back down to this existence of moving about, um, ouch, the pain hurt. you know,
yeah.
I but then oh, it isn't even real. Why am I saying that? It doesn't exist.
Well, that's
It's
just thought
nothing.
coming up because for me, the pain is real. If I have pain in my back, I can feel it. And just feeling into that sensation, that is not an illusion. The sensation is not the illusion. It's the thoughts that come up.
Hmm.
So for me, that's been a practice in the last 2 years. Whenever the body is experiencing any pain, to just go into the sensation. Hell yeah, the pain is
That's
real. It's happening right now, in this moment. Not now, but I'm just saying it appears there's pain, but then there are thoughts, and what happens is if not checked, I can be if I am um, not aware, I can easily be identified with that thought and then become depressed about it.
hmm.
Yeah, the aware's the key right there. That
Yeah, it's
word.
the resistance. It's the resistance to the thoughts that is painful. So it's not the pain. When you feel like Indira's saying, when you feel it fully, without thought, without resistance, awareness sees itself. So it's the same as being aware of being aware. You
Mm,
dissolve it, you
mm,
swallow it. I've done experiments with that where I focused awareness so deeply into the sensation of pain that it completely disappeared. I couldn't feel it anymore. It
right,
just
right,
absorbed it, it swallowed it.
right.
It's that pushing away, the get out of here, you're not allowed. That's what makes it painful.
But it's unconscious. You think you've done that, but then unconsciously something happens and it surfaces. Ah, where did that
You
come from?
Hmm. But it's the
just witness it.
identification with it. It's the
Hmm?
identification with it. Anything
It's
can
more
arise.
intense.
Yeah.
Mhm. Interesting.
We
Well,
claim the thoughts
anyway,
as
thank you,
ours.
everybody.
Yeah, that's the trick right there.
Thanks so much. I can't write my notes down fast enough. I got so much out of you guys sharing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Lovely. Beautiful meeting everybody. Thank you to each and every one of you for coming today. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Mwah.
Thank
Big
you.
hugs.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.